Раз, два, три. Раз. Он сказал, что его девушки, его напарницы сейчас проведать поедет.
Where she lived, but not how she lived. I would say below poverty line, if not for the fact that I've crossed the poverty line 100 levels up. Somehow I have to find her.
То есть то, что он там еще живет, это ничего.
Sarah needs electricity, lots of it. These converters look new. Let's see.
Он с первого раза, что ли, тыкнул? Ты угадал?
I'll stop complaining about my apartment. These cables come out of the converter. Sarah, where are you? Seem connected to the net. Damn it. Electric current powers up the antenna. Must be operational. Sarah needs to communicate somehow. I need to get a closer look.
Он говорил, что... Ну, это ее первая жизнь, поэтому еще не заработал.
It has to be here. I hope I'm not too late. Sarah?
Okay.
The murderer wanted to pull me into a maze, get me drunk with fear. But I had nothing to lose, and had been drunk already for a week. What is this place?
хорошо будет. No lighting. Покинь это место. Yes.
I'd be an easy target.
Police, don't shoot! Put the gun down, now!
Right. Then we live happily ever after.
How did you find her?
Drop the gun, and I'll let you live.
What have you done to her? Talk!
Drop your weapon and get out. I'm counting to 3. 1. 2. That's it, cunt. 3. James, can you hear me?
What the fuck?
А я видел, там, когда выглядываешь, там в коляске кто-то сидел. А я помню, что она в коляске сидит. То есть, если мы выстрелили, мы бы ее грохнули.
Okay. Cool it now. It's me, Sarah. We're good. Just
По голосу
relax.
тебе было лет 20.
Sarah, you look like shit.
Yeah, back at ya. You're goddamn lucky I missed. I thought some junkie broke into my house.
Ну, может, там быстрое старение. Че, паяльник,
I'm
как у
almost
меня
finished stitching you
электрический?
up.
Could you almost finish faster?
How'd you find me?
You know I'm a detective, right?
I didn't think anyone would bother trying to find me.
Ow, 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 ow.
Stay still. Why did you come here?
When we lost contact, I thought he got you.
So that's why you busted in here like a psycho on a hunch?
A little more than a hunch.
Meaning?
I have some questions too. One, actually. You should be in your first shell. The comfortable and efficient one. What the hell have you gotten yourself into? And you're smoking too. Someone's fallen into bad company.
His body must have been through half a century of addiction. It'll drop dead before I get used to it.
You're in your 30s, right?
29.
My bad.
My family thinks I'm away. I got the best synthesizer, remote work equipment. I didn't have to explain myself to anyone. And then fucking James Kara had to waltz in here and ruin everything.
I'm good at that. So what have you gotten yourself into?
It's a long story and complicated.
Good thing I'm a professional at complicated stories. Talk.
I didn't want to, but I had no choice. I did something sketchy, but otherwise...
It's all right. You can trust me.
Fine.
Okay. I rented my body on the black market.
Sarah, what was your motive?
Motive? Seriously?
I'm not judging. I just...
What is this, an interrogation? No, fuck you.
Причины-то должны были быть какие-то, чтобы сдать свое тело.
What fucking emotions management issues?
Сара, ты где? Ты куда уехал? На потолок? Ты присылал фотки.
Living museums. In response to the continuing needs of the populace, the government has taken steps to save our planet's natural heritage. Selected rural nature parks will become living museums. They will become a refuge for all endangered species of fauna and flora.
What are these figurines?
They're memories. I've read that after an Icarite transplant, especially an illegal one, some can be lost. That one's the most valuable. One night, when the acid rain was bad, Taylor and I hid upstairs, where you came in. Back then, it was just a 2 by 3 foot hole that ended in a wall of rubble. Instead of sitting in the cold with her teeth chattering like any normal person, Taylor started fiddling with the flashlight. And then something flashed in the pile of rubble, so we started digging. And we dug until we unearthed this little Statue of Liberty figurine. It was beaten up, but looked valuable. And we fenced it right away. And we came back here hoping to find more.
Nobody was looking after you.
You're on your own fast in the slums, because you can either afford children, or you can afford new bodies. Not both. I was ahead of my family by the time I was 15.
How'd you do it?
We found out there used to be a museum here. So we dug more. Day after day, until our hands were bloody. We kept digging for normal people. Portrait of misery, desperation, but for Taylor, we were adventurers on a fucking treasure hunt. We glued, fixed, and sold everything we found. Would you believe we We excavated this whole place like a pair of underage slum archaeologists.
Must have taken a while.
Almost 5 years. But it was our livelihood. We were dirt poor and surrounded by dirt. But we felt rich. At least until Taylor tricked me. 8 years ago. Give or take a few days.
Sister?
No. We were in love. I remember exactly when she tricked me, because it was when I turned 21. First subscription. And Taylor paid for it for me. She did it behind my fucking back. She only thought of others, never herself. Selfless to a fault. After a month, her subscription expired. We were broke. There was no one to help. She wound up in the bank. The body went to auction. And that's why I have to get her out. No matter what it takes. You're the detective. Now you know my motive.
Got any ambrosia anywhere? Anything higher octane?
I'll pour us something. Or you can also help yourself to ambrosia in the bedroom.
Tests from the beginning of the month. Remember it. This is older than me.
Chicken Justice. Супергерой курица. Судья Цип. Последний в своем роде сражался за лучший мир. Когда наступает ночь, он надевает маску и вершит правосудие. Про кукареков на рассвете он встречает новый день с чистым сердцем. Он знает, что его город в безопасности. Разгадай загадку, призовешь судью Ципа. Стоит ли ты стать его помощником? Трейлер показывает.
James, aren't you afraid your memories will eventually fade away?
Lucky me. Mine don't fade. They haunt me. More literally than I'd like.
You must have some good ones. At least one.
We're at the movies, and Rachel tries to convince me it's a crime flick she's already seen. They were all the same to her. And of course, she's teasing me, and I'm trying to watch the fucking movie. Right now, I'd give anything to be sitting there next to her. I'd focus all my attention on her.
Maybe then you wouldn't remember it. Maybe it's the imperfect moments that create the most precious memories.
Have you read Chicken of Justice?
There is no way you know this.
The last of his kind. He could give up, but he fights for a better world for the rest of us. A true hero.
Oh, I don't believe it. My brother Dario was crazy about him.
Я двигатель.
Did Dario also write riddles? There was one on the back of the book.
Yes, the chicken of justice could only be summoned by solving one.
This one room, the bedroom, is totally secure.
It's a slum, but I gotta be able to close my eyes sometimes. It's possible to break in there with enough effort, but I'd have time to be awake and ready.
Ever watch any westerns?
No. What are they about?
Oh, you'd love them. I think you'd identify with the characters. In the middle of the room was a bunch of files with names.
Can't you respect anyone else's privacy? I said none of the siblings knew. If something went wrong, I prepared myself for it.
But what's one have to do with the other?
I sorted things out for them and left a will that made it clear I believed Taylor and I would be in heaven at the bank.
Looks like you covered all the bases. Nice work.
Thanks. I try.
I hope this isn't a tough question. Sarah, how are Max, Dario, and Peter now?
I wasn't talking...
I saw the name on the cabinets. Did they...
Don't worry, they're all alive and doing pretty well. They rented a legal apartment, floor 40. They have better air than here. Bodies wear out slower.
So how did a slum girl get this job?
Maybe you got yours. I had to work for it.
Я заслужил свою измену.
I had a bit of a head start thanks to my sports career, but it didn't come out of nowhere either. From a previous life. I earned it.
You must have had a hard time.
Did our department come for Taylor?
Yes.
So why...
Did I join you? Maybe I wanted to take control? Of some sort. I decided I was never gonna be powerless like that again. I'm just a liaison, but I already know when and where they move.
Do you know who it was? Which one of us came for Taylor?
It was hard to resist the temptation to check it out.
Wanna get some revenge?
He was so ordinary. A regular agent. To really get justice, I'd have to get revenge on this whole sick fucking system.
Then how about we get revenge on this whole sick fucking system?
Like that's possible.
We created this system. Or at least let it become a reality.
Speak for yourself. I'm a newborn, remember?
Тебе не скажу.
What are we drinking to?
Well, you're the expert. Sit down and make a toast.
Bottoms up.
Честность.
Past. Now it slips through your fucking fingers like sand.
And to your optimism, your most charming trait.
What are you renting the body for?
Surrogate. For some rich broad. A good one, I hope.
Sarah, please tell me it's not Jane Salma. I found her file.
Calm down. I checked her. I got to her. She had a similar case before, and they couldn't prove anything, even with plenty of evidence.
Damn it.
The arrangement came from me. She had the dough, I had the body with the right biological conditions, plus I could cover for her. That's why I know she's not a suspect.
Okay. I'll trust you. At least I'll try.
Much appreciated.
All right. So you rented your body. Where did you get this one? The current model.
На свалке.
Salma said it was recycled. Give one to me.
No. A recycled body? After what I've seen, that's hard to swallow. They must have put someone on ice for you to get it.
No. Somebody bought a new body, and no one wanted this one.
We can scan the shell and check.
There's no need, really. Let's not.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? You need to see the big picture of what you've gotten yourself into.
James, I have nightmares. Every single fucking night. I see her in them.
Welcome to the club.
Every morning, I wake up from them, and Taylor can't. And it haunts me. What if she's trapped there in an endless nightmare?
It's not sleep when you're in the bank. It's nothingness. You don't feel anything.
Like transferring in CTC? I remember what you said. You said you'd rather die than go to the bank.
But for different reasons, remember?
James, I have to save her! Fuck! You understand?
Должны были быть в ресторане Далее.
Sarah. We were supposed to be the good guys, remember? You believed there were lines we never cross.
What are you saying?
Maybe you should stop before it's too late.
Yeah? Just let her rot in the bank? After what she gave for me?
A few years is a lot to you. But you have eternity to pull her out. Keep going like this, and you might never get the chance to spring her.
Fuck off.
Hey, I piss everyone off. I'm honest. Still, you can count on me. Press your finger.
I can handle it. Why'd you become a cop?
Work well under pressure, resistant to stress, ability to assess situations quickly. Only the commander instead of a coach, and the field's a bit bigger.
And that's all?
I believed in justice. And shit like that.
But you don't anymore?
As much as ever. I'm just not looking for it in the department.
Copy that. Were you close with Seth?
Sure. He was my partner. Why do you ask?
I remember you mentioned that you even talked with him about synchro problems.
I've been sitting in a car for several dozen years. Had to talk about something.
The first time he ended up reconstructing an Icarite.
Mm-hmm.
You blaming yourself?
Cops account for their partners. And he was my friend. So, yeah. I blame myself. I hope he gets back on his feet after all this.
What do you remember about the train accident?
Only scraps of memories. Fragments. I can't put it back together. And those fucking synchro tests.
What I wouldn't give to be able to go through them. You need time.
Thanks. I'd rather focus on the task at hand. Sarah, we need to start investigating.
Just a minute. Not so fast. One more question. A basic one.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me why you stormed in here like a lunatic?
I told you. I thought you were in danger.
Based on what? Did something happen when we lost contact?
Mm-hmm. Can you fire up the board here?
No.
We'll do it the old way then. In the meantime, I'll summarize the Red Room for you.
The Red Room?
It's a piece of fucked up history. Better buckle up.
I can't believe all this evidence. You were right from the start.
Seriously? What surprises you most?
That's not what I meant. But the murderer was behind everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical now?
I just want to sort it out.
Okay. Where do we start? James, I managed to get what was in Green's safe. There were recordings of his synchro tests and a ton of private notes. It's pretty unusual.
Upload. His own transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing.
How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really used the...
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it. both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself? It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. Should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke.
Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer. There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece.
I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
It turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster. Okay, let's assume that this was his motive. What's next? I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there, apart from the obvious?
Together, they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads. Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up. Fucking Demmer.
Oh, haven't heard that before. You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in. Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. Once the king is knocked down, the game's usually over.
Someone's getting better at game metaphors.
The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart. Green was the last person who could stop the spreading chaos.
I wonder if his death was a crime of passion, or if it was planned. Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. I don't buy it. dumber.
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them. James, we're drifting.
Taking a circuitous route to our goal.
How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this. Okay, let's try to draw some conclusions. It all comes down to one question. Could Green really be a puppet?
I thought so, but the more I watch the Red Room and foyer footage, the more I doubt it. Green, the way he gestures and talks to himself, he looks crazy.
Talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy.
You know what I mean, when he's waving his arms and hurting himself. But I have no idea what taking over a body would look like. Fuck, I don't know. Which one of them was behind this? Green or the killer?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
Ну, если мне какой-то чувак левый пытается в пушку залезть.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
Может, искали, я иду.
Rachel! Rachel!
Ранил.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Да я уже заканчиваю.